I am so excited for this session because you may think by reading the title of it, build an AI sales rep, that we're like, fire your sales team. This is not what the session is about. Tirele and I were chatting before this session, and we're really on the same page about how AI is a tool. And my whole philosophy with AI, and the reason that I've been using Manychat, I just checked, I've been using it for 2 months, and I've run over 6,000 automations with it. And I'm like, that's 6,000 times I didn't have to do something manually. And I just want to call a really clear distinction to when I'm using AI. My philosophy is to do the menial tasks, do the repetitive tasks, do the things that aren't going to, impact the relationship that I have with someone. Automate them, automate the heck out of them so that I can spend more time being creative, so that I can spend more time building genuine, deeper relationships. And I will close by just reminding folks that the theme of this whole summer school and why I'm so excited for this session is to help you get really good at online tools so that you can spend more time offline, so that you can close your laptop and go out in the sun, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, the snow. It's cool. We still got to get that vitamin D all year round. And yeah, just be really effective online so that we can spend more time offline. And without further ado, I would love to welcome Trele.
Hi everyone, how's it going? Trilce Hirongarro here. I'm in Costa Rica, and if you're thinking, why is she connected right now? It's probably 2:08 a.m. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I just got back from Europe, fell asleep at 5 p.m., and I knew that I was going to be so awake. So here I am, jet lagged, with my little Star Trek cup of water. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do a little guessing game initially. Okay, we're just gonna do a little guessing game because we're talking about being a generalist. We're talking about how people try to put you in boxes, and you know that those boxes are definitely not going to fit you in any way. But we're going to do just that. We're going to try and guess and put me into a little box. What do you think? Because you're not gonna guess. What do you think I do most of my day? What product do you think I sell? In which niche do you think I work in? You can just guess anything. You can guess clown, you can guess professional knitter, you can guess Pokemon trainer, anything you want. Let's just see what vibe do you think you're in here for? It would be very funny if I was a clown. Yeah. Okay, I may say water bottles. Great one, Tara. Who else? One of the rules, be brave, so just throw anything. Ooh, definitely pharma. Ignacio Sanz. Ya me caíste mal. Tourism, online scuba diving, CRMs. Okay. I make mattresses, beds, where you sleep. I'm a fifth generation mattress maker. My family has been doing mattresses for 121 years. And the reason why I'm here is because I have ADHD, if you hadn't noticed already by the speed of my tone. So, when they told me, well, what do you want to do with your life? I was like, well, I really wanted to be a mermaid when I was little, but then I discovered Cthulhu and I was like, I don't want to die at sea, so let's not be a mermaid. I think that would be great if an eldritch horror didn't get me from Lovecraft's world. So let's just go into engineering. I have an engineering degree. I started helping with process optimization, everything in the factory that had to do with optimization. And my grandfather said, but you are female. Help with social media. And I was like, fun. Okay, great. So I started learning social media so I could have a job with my family. My parents are not like that. The old man was. So I started going into social media. I discovered chatbots. I really wanted to help the sales team. So today, in 2026, I can tell you that I'm a PMM at Manychat because I was kidnapped by them 5 years ago. It's my happy job. I love working with the Manychat team. I am the CEO of my own marketing agency that has been going on for 8 years already. We have over 100 clients and 10 people in the agency. I also work as a CMO. and process optimization person in the mattress factory. And I lead a team of 60 people there. And last but not least, I'm also an educator because I decided to launch a school. So it's a little bit of everything in my day to day. You get the engineering, you get the programmer, you get the mattress maker. So I am definitely a generalist. So, why are we here today? We are gathered in union of our hatred of getting the same freaking questions every day, of having to reply the same repetitive things or having to do the same repetitive tasks. So, as we know, most of us do a little bit of everything, but I want you to tell me in the chat what is the main thing that is consuming your time right now, and what do you sell? What do you offer? Let me know, what are you trying to sell better with this class? So I would love to read you. What are you trying to sell a little bit faster, a little bit better? And what is taking your peace of mind? Is it that everyone is asking the same thing? Is it the repetitive questions? Is it managing comments? Is it really trying to have a conversation and the person leaves and abandons you for 2 hours and you have to come back? So, unless you tell me in the chat, I will not be able to use any of you as examples for us to do this lesson. Okay, Tarun, you said getting better leads. At what? What are you trying to get better leads for? Okay, OBM services, need more clients, marketing services, selling your brand. Great. Okay, real estate. Fun. Increíble. Okay, perfect. Okay, coaching and training. Okay, great. That gives me a fantastic base for us to work in. So, the way that we're going to have this session, it's going to be very much either build with me as we go or pay attention. If you have one computer for the session and you have another one to work in, you can definitely work on this with me. And if not, I promise I'm going to make enough jokes throughout the session for you to be entertained just by looking at the screen. So, what we're going to talk about first before we share our screens is what is Manychat. I've been using Manychat since 2017. I was part of their first round of users, like almost 10 years ago. And it is, in my opinion, one of the best platforms. And I know this word is cursed in the niche, but it's the best chatbot platform that you can have because it doesn't just automate conversations. It truly helps you manage your time, manage your mental health. If you're an agency or or if you're trying to just get anything out there, really, it is going to be your best friend in making sure that you are talking to the right people at the right time. For example, it can know, oh, is this your mom talking to you? I'm not going to send her an automation because your mom doesn't need to get the link to your new course. Oh, is this someone who has never followed you, but they have over 100,000 followers? Hey, come check this person out. You may want to collab. They're texting you. There's an opportunity to be friends. And in a world where everything is so sterile, everything is going gray, everything is going AI, everything is becoming so cold in the digital world, it is interesting for us to think about AI as a human connector. And I know that makes no sense because data centers are destroying the planet, but we're going to see how they can actively help us, not by replacing, but by supporting. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to want you to do, let me share my screen real here. And we're going to be using, well, Claude a little bit later, but I want you to go into my Instagram page, which is this one. And I just want you to DM me the word generalist. That's all you're going to start with. You're going to find me on Instagram and DM me the word generalist. Why? Because if you're a coach, if you're an infopreneur, if you have any services, one of the best ways that you can help connect, and this is not even using AI yet, we're just using automations, is by providing resources to people when they need it. And something that we created here for you is that if you DM me the word generalist, and I will teach you how to do this, you're going to get 1 month of this platform, ManyChat, for free, a link to a school, and 3 PDFs. Because again, I'm a teacher. Another fun fact, my dad, he's also an engineer, but my mom, she's a preschool teacher. And the first thing that we learned was how can we empower people to go at their own pace no matter what they're trying to accomplish. That can be building a house, that can be building an automation, that can be using a new tool like this one. But how do we make sure that you have everything you need? So I prepped 3 different PDFs for you. The first one is an AI sales rep guide, which is going to let you know, okay, how will this work? How are we going to let this work for us? Then a worksheet that is going to help you plan your automations for your AI sales rep. And last but not least, a checklist. Because again, she has ADHD. And if I can't remember what I did for breakfast yesterday, how am I going to expect anyone else to remember step by step what they have to do? So we did a little PDF for you guys to be able to check it out. So aquí los tenemos. We have the title of the session, build a tiny AI sales rep with ManyChat before your coffee gets cold. Because yes, she is fast to make. The other one that we have is the checklist. And last but not least, the worksheet. So now that we have these, and now that you have texted my account, again, this one, Trilce Giron, with the word generalist, and for those watching the recording, yes, it's still live for you. You can just go and DM. We're going to start with the platform. So what is this company? What is ManyChat? Well, like I was telling you, ManyChat is one of the best tools that I have found in my life for making money. I started using it for, well, the mattress company to sell mattresses. And then I started using it for other clients who are coaches, nutritionists, fitness, well, not influencers, but fitness coaches. We use it for doctors. We use it for gyms. We use it for other types of products like restaurants. So if you are selling services, because a lot of you wrote like, hey, I'm just trying to get a full stack of knowledge so I can also offer this. Boo boo. This is great. This is fantastic. I have an agency that sells this as a service, and it is a never ending well of opportunities because everyone that has a lot of income in messages will need this. So, ManyChat, the way that it works is very simple. You're going to tell ManyChat, hey, I need you to be on the lookout for this. And if you see that out in the wild, this is what you're going to do. That's literally what it does. Look for this, do that. So, we're going to get started with a little warm up of automations before we even go into AI. Within your ManyChat page, and again, if you already have one, you can do this with me. If you do not, you can watch the session and then apply afterwards. When you go into your ManyChat account, and the way that ManyChat is going to charge you if you're new is based on how many people are talking to you on a rolling month, okay? So it's very, very simple for it to know how much to charge you, because you may be asking yourselves, well, the things that I don't have so many leads, do I have to pay $100 subscription? No, you're going to go into ManyChat. ManyChat will even guide you into which of the payment plans is better for you. And with the link that I gave you, you're going to get 1 month for free of the pro version for you to try it out. And this is more likely where you're going to end up, which is the homepage. My favorite place in the entire tool is what I call Jimmy Neutron, the Jimmy Neutron area. Who here is old enough and young enough at the same time to know why am I using the term Jimmy Neutron? And no, it's not similar to Zapier. We use Zapier with it. Okay, my nose, perfect. The atom symbol, perfect, love that. And thank you if I sent so few tabs because I closed all of them before I started the session. I was like, I can't let them see my mess. I can't, so I closed everything. So we're going to head into the Jimmy Neutron of it all, which is the automation section. And this is where you tell ManyChat what to look up for, and what to do when it spots it in the wild. All you have to do is click here where it says new automation. You might get a little pop-up because I killed mine because I don't use it. Vamos a ver. That is going to be for templates. You're not going to use templates. You're pros. You're generalists. You don't need to start with a template. So you're just going to click start from scratch, start from a blank canvas. Okie dokie. I'm going to pull someone up. Vamos a ver. Narisa. Narisa Septianti. Okay, we're going to unmute, please. And we're going to start a conversation, you and me.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. How are you
Hi.
doing?
Cool.
Narisa, so tell us, what do you do?
I write right now and
Okay,
I'm
lovely.
trying to sell my books. So I
Ooh,
really hate selling. So probably this kind of step can help me build some sales funnels.
perfect. Okay, how many books do you have, Narisa?
Right now I'm already producing two and then I mean I'm in a route to have the third one.
Perfect. Congratulations. I am an avid reader. I'm literally moving houses because I ran out of space for my books. So, mira, this was serendipitous. The universe wanted us together, Narisa. So, Narisa, you are going to be launching a book.
Okay.
When we are telling people, be that on your stories, be that on your posts, you're telling them about your process. Hey, I'm writing a book. I'm in the final stages. Do you want to pre-order?
Mhm.
What do you do right now for people to either pre-order your books or go check information out about your books? Where do you send them? How do you send them there?
Yeah, right now I just use stories on my Instagram account and then threads, and that's it. I
Okay.
don't
And we
have
drop a link in
anything
there?
right now for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to do that anymore. You can continue to do it, but we're going to add a little bit more pep to your step when it comes to letting people know how they can get it. So, one of the easiest things that you can build with Manychat is what we call FAQs or conversation starters. So, what Narisa is going to be on the lookout for is here are your lookouts, the triggers. What is going to trigger you? Think of, oh well, book triggers. Who here has read a book that has trigger warnings in the first page? Who here has read, let me know in the chat, who here has read any book that has trigger warnings? When you're reading something that is a little bit more on the darker side and it lets you know, hey, yes, it's an AO3 reference. Thank you, Selena. So the triggers are going to be what lets you know, hey, this might elicit a reaction from you. And that's exactly what this is. We're going to be looking for something to have a reaction. So Narisa is going to click on triggers. And Narisa, these are the options that ManyChat gives you. You're going to let me know which one do you want. So when someone comments anything on your post or reels, when someone replies to your stories, maybe they reply with a fire emoji, maybe they reply with amazing, when they send you a private message, when they comment on a live video that you're doing to tell everyone about your writing process. Which one do you want to use?
User replies to a story.
Okay, perfect. So let's imagine, chiquis, that Narisa. I was thinking literally you look so similar to my friend Larisa in Barcelona. And not only do you look similar to Larisa, you're called Narisa. So I need to get you two in touch because you look like twins, long lost twins. Okay, so in the stories, Narisa is going to tell anyone, hey, vamos a aquí. I want you to react with a fire emoji. So we're going to tell all of you who react with a fire emoji, you're going to get the link to my pre-order.
Mm.
Okay, great. And we're going to like whatever they send in a message. Lovely. So now, Narisa, you have told ManyChat. I'm going to be posting a story and I'm going to tell people to drop the fire reaction. And it doesn't even have to be just a reaction. They can write it within the story comment boxes. We're just going to be on the lookout for a fire emoji. And from there, I want you to send them a message. So, Narisa, how do you want to start that message? What do you want to tell them? Do we want them to pre-order? Do we want them to buy? Let us know.
Uh, the book is ready to pre-order on
Mm-hmm.
on 1st of July, for example.
Perfect. Okay. The book will be available for pre-order on July 1st. And we can just say, click the link below, click the button below to pre-order. I always recommend adding a little finger because people might miss out on it. And Manychat tells you, okay, Narisa, perfect. We have buttons. We're going to say pre-order as the button title, and we're going to open the website, and it's just going to be the website for your
Mm,
book. Okay? The coolest thing about this, Narisa, is that you don't have to limit yourself just to replies. You can also say, hey, I also want you to be looking out for any post that I have, any reel that I upload, any post that I upload, or maybe in every single one of them, every single post. If anyone writes
mm,
pre-order or pre-order without the space, I want you to send this too. So
mm.
now you have Manychat looking out for two different spaces. And you're thinking, you know what? I'm going to do a live video tomorrow. And I'm going to let people know. Malbien, you tell us right now, Narisa, what are the final steps for launching a book? What are you focusing on right now?
Um, Sorry, what do you mean?
When you're going to be launching a book, you can either be stuck in conversations with your editor, you may be doing the final details on the description that is going to be available on the site where they can buy the book. You may be doing marketing ideas and you may be developing posts right now to let people know that it's out. So, what are you focusing on right now, right before the launch of your book? Because you're less than a month away.
Uh, yeah, that's the thing. I'm just stuck on that
Okay,
because
perfect.
I'm already planning for like the side projects related to the books, but nothing really with the marketing of the book. So,
Perfect. So you're going to have a live video telling people how, even though you're so ready to launch this book, you are already working on other books.
mhm,
And we're going to imagine that a lot of other authors are stuck because maybe they hyperfixate so much on the one book that they're doing that they can't side write. They can't have side gigs for other projects because their brain is just stuck in that. And you want to let them know how do you do that. So you're going to have a little live video and
mm,
teach them how you go about it. So you can also tell ManyChat, hey, if
mm,
anyone comments on a live session and the message is again pre-order and
mm,
pre-order together, send them this message. So look at how ManyChat is going to be on the lookout for different triggers to send everyone to your pre-ordering site. And look at how we're not even using AI right now. We're focusing on how can the system help you send people to the pre-order site automatically. And
mm,
all we have to do is say click live. So we did write book.com, which obviously is not Narisa's website. But if any of you, let me go and send a message, which is just a DM one, pre-order and pre-order. If any of you go right now to my Instagram again and write pre-order, you're going to get this message that we just built. And that
mm,
took us minutes, literally just minutes. Okay. One of my other I can see all of your messages coming in, and it's so funny. Okay, one of the other cool things you can do as a little warm up, and right after this, we'll head right into the AI of it all, is that within your settings here, you will be able to set up what we call conversation starters. Because maybe, see, maybe Narisa also wants people that are going to DM her for the first time to
mhm,
see that she has a book for pre order. So
mm,
here she can add a button, pre order my book,
mm.
and attach it to that select existing, that automation we created. Done. Publish. So now every person who goes to DM you for the first time is going to see this, that they can pre-order your new book and say, oh, yay. So for everyone else, imagine the 4 top things that you want people to do. Maybe enroll in your coaching program. Maybe it is hiring you, seeing your portfolio, booking a session with you, purchasing a physical product. You can have these 4 things up here. Maybe you have a physical store and you want to have your location in there with a waste link to drive or a form if you're collecting information. But look at how, in a matter of minutes, you can have all of those FAQs just done for you. Okay, so Narisa, what did we think about this?
Yeah, this is great. I mean, I never thought of having this kind of, real example like this, and then how this can help just take some weights off how I should deal with the chats or the orders, maybe, or the questions, maybe.
Amazing. Well, glad that you enjoyed. So
Yeah.
now with that, Narisa, I'm going to ask you the following. Do you have an author website that I can pull information from? Where I can
Yeah,
see,
right now it's on Etsy and Amazon, so
ooh,
I'm
fun.
building my website actually to
Okay,
to have
perfecto.
my own sales funnels. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we're going to continue using Narisa, and we're going to tell Claude to do a little recap of who you are, what you
Mhm.
write about, and any information it can about you. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use audio, chiquis, I'm Latina. Mira, así, we don't do texting, we do voice notes. And I'm trying to make all of my friends and my colleagues. I have so many Russian colleagues and friends that keep texting me or sending me krushochek, which are the little the circles on Instagram or on Telegram, and I'm like, voice notes. We're going to become more Latinos, and we're going to do voice notes. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're going to say my name is Marisa Cipriante, because that's not gonna be able. You have an issue like my name. That is always going to be like what, and just butcher your name. Okay. Vamos a ver. And I am creating an AI assistant for myself. I am an author, and I have people coming into my Instagram asking about my books. When am I going to launch my books? And I really need help. So I want you to please look for all the information you can about me, about my pre-order, about my work. Um, who am I? Why am I an author? Just any information that you really can get about me to help me create a up to 10,000 character description, FAQ list, set of links and guides for my AI sales assistant to be able to help people out and guide them to purchase my book.
Hmm.
Important guide on the up to 10,000 characters. Okay, we're actually going to make it 7 just for us to go on the safe side. Why 10,000? Here, remember what we said in the beginning. Well, she thinks we're going to go back. Well, from Claudio, so it's a he. Well, he thinks one important thing about AI in the way that I look at it is that it's here to help you. It is here to help your team or yourself get time back. We're not going to let AI run and ruin our lives. It's not going to do everything for us. It is going to be our bestie that tackles the minutia so that we can take care of the things that matter to us. So we're not going to give it a million characters of information for it to handle every single question. Because maybe Narisa wants to tackle some questions by herself. Maybe she wants to connect with her community with different readers that she can have. So we're not going to have the AI be Narisa.
Mhm.
Okay? When it comes to, vamos a ver. Okay. When it comes to the information that it can handle and how I recommend having your AI introduce itself, it's always an A or B. You can try both. A, pretend to be a human. And B, let people know you're a bot. That's simple. Well, we finish. Eh. Okay, it's creating something for us. What we can see here, for example, with La Repa, La Repa is, funny enough, the second largest, this is my mattress company, the second largest TikTok account for mattresses worldwide. I am this close to beating Purple, but I already beat Casper. And what we do here is educate. I don't sell. I don't tell people you should go buy my mattress right now. Enjoy a 30% discount online. No. I teach people how to buy mattresses no matter where they go. And what my AI does is collect information. It lets the person know, hey, a human is going to guide you. A human has all the information of what is going to be the best option for you because my product is not cheap. So we want them to know this is personalized and tailored. But there are questions that they have to ask every single freaking time. So this is what I look like when I'm not sleep deprived, by the way, in case you were wondering. So we're going to have the AI ask all of those questions initially so that we can focus on the customer. And my AI lets the person know, like, hey, I am Trilce's dead great-grandfather, Julio. So he introduces himself as a ghost. And my AI lets people know I'm the ghost of Trilce's great-grandfather. Let's have a chat. People laugh with Julio. I've had older ladies ask Julito, Julito, how's heaven? And Julio has a conversation with them because I created a character for it. And people have more fun with a character than just having to talk to a bank automation. Okay, so I know that we don't have all of the information in here. If we gave it the Etsy links, it would be way better. But we're going to copy paste this. And this is, let's imagine all the information that Narisa has. Of course, with more time, we will be doing this a little bit more in depth. But my suggestion for you is always going to be take proper time. It is in your worksheet. Check what the AI is providing, what it is doing, what it is making. So we're going to go into the exact same automation that we just made with Narisa. And we are going to have a little follow-up that is going to be find my book. Because we're going to imagine, Narisa, that we live in a future a year from now where you have 3 books out in the open and people don't know which one to start with. Let's imagine that this is a world where you have multiple options of the books and people want to read them all at the same time, but they're asking you, Narisa, which one do I start with? So that is going to be the fake scenario we're going to create where people go and say, find my book because I don't know where to start. And what we're going to do is this little thing right here called AI Step. Okay? And I'm already reading a bunch of minds. I can hear your thoughts. Many of you actually think very loudly. And you're thinking, I see so many freaking buttons and so many options. How am I supposed to use this tool and learn everything it has to offer without having a panic attack? Well, I did. Back in 2017, I had 3 panic attacks in the span of 6 months trying to learn how to use Manychat because I am the type of person that once I get hyper fixated on a new tool, I will spend 18 hours in a row until I want to puke trying to figure out how to use it. So if that's you, also, one of the links that I provided for you is a school, which I'm in charge of, so yay. And you will be able to see a guided course that lets you know from level 1 to level 2 how to use Manychat and what it offers, like all of it and what it offers. I swear you'll be done in like maybe 2-3 hours of your time. You'll know how to do everything because I want to keep you from having the panic-induced nausea at 4 a.m. of you not even knowing where to start because there's just so much that you can do. So that's the resource for that, okay? So now that we have that, Narisa, we're going to ignore this screen. What are you going to do? Help me sell books. You're just going to ignore this. I am a writer with 3 books. That's it. Just write something generic. This middle screen sucks because it was made basically for people that have no knowledge on what their product offers. And you guys, you do. You're experts in your fields and you know what your one offers. So you're just going to bypass that one. And now we're going to go into the real setup. Okay, Narisa, what is going to be the personality that we want to give your AI assistant? Want to give it a name? What's its name?
Probably we can name the assistant, I don't know, Bubble?
Bubble?
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know. It
perfect.
sounds joyous and fun.
Love that. Okay. Have you guys seen the Booba versus Kiki situation?
Hmm?
The Booba or Kiki? Because you're just
Bubble.
reminded me of that. Mira, Booba or Kiki. Okay, this is going to be, sorry, a little psychology and naming, because what you said, it sounds joyous, it sounds happy. You're right, it does. Um, so this is the Booba or Kiki effect. If I were to ask you, Narisa, which one is Kiki, tell me which one of this do you think is Kiki?
Kiki is the star one, like
Aha, perfect. And which one is Booba?
the left one.
Exacto. So when it comes to naming psychology, you aced it because that's the thing. If you name something that sounds round, then you're going to get more cheerful results.
Yeah.
And within the naming structure, I always go for, hey, go for more round names like Babel or Booba because it just sounds joyful and happier. Julio is a little bit of both. Julio, you don't know. Julio can be spiky, can be round, but it's my dead great grandfather. So
Hmm.
he can be both. It's okay. So here we have Babel. Babel is your name. You are my sales assistant. What is the personality, Narisa? Let us know. How does Babel behave?
Fun, helpful, and listening to the audience.
Okay. Okay. Let's try to think, are they funny? Are they sarcastic? What is
They're
their
funny.
humor?
They're
You're
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
You are funny and love throwing humor here and there to keep the mood light. Okay. And we're going to give it one goal. Your goal is to help me sell my books by guiding people to their perfect option out of my three. Okay. So we just gave it a personality and a goal. That's all we had to do here. Look at how Manychat already pre-filled the steps. That's why it's called AI step, because you're giving steps. Engage users by providing information about the three books, including their genre, summaries, and purchasing options. Answer any questions the users may have about the books or author. Okay, we're going to say make it funny as a cute quiz to find which book matches their needs. That's all we're going to do. And here we're going to copy paste what it gave me. Vamos a ver. About her books, warm, friendly, personal. Okay. Hard rules. I also love the hard rules bit. It's like never do this, which is incredible. We're going to say here. You know what? Vamos a quitar esto acá. We're going to say I have three books. Nanis, I'm going to invent something just for it to be a little bit funnier in the test.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to say they are self-help books for people who continue to cut their bangs alone at home when they are bored, which I have done. And my hairdresser, it was his fault. I went in to get my color done, and he said, "You will look great with bangs," and then just let me go home. It was Inception. The movie Inception was me. He told me you would look great with bangs. I had an afternoon off. I had kitchen scissors. They turned out great though. But we're going to go over that scenario.
That's actually aligned with my books, though.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay. When they are bored, all three are to figure out how to cut your hair like a professional with kitchen scissors. We're going to see I do not offer returns because if you are already making the poor decision to cut your own bangs, this will just pile on to that list. I do offer free shipping worldwide. We're just going to give it that information. Save. Remember, the better the information you provide, the better the AI rep is going to be. This is just for us to see how quickly we can do it. So we're going to give it a channel. And Chiquis, it has all of the channels. You can have this for WhatsApp. You can have it for Instagram, for TikTok, for Facebook. In the mattress company, it answers everywhere. And I do mean everywhere, literally on all channels. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is my main source of communication because, of course, you're not going to buy a mattress via Instagram. So just for you to know, it does everything. Start preview. Okay. Wow, this is massive. Okay. Hey there, let's find out which of Narisa Setente's 3 helpful hair cutting books is perfect for you. Okay, I hate this. So we're going to say, introduce yourself and ask the person, when was the last time you cut your own bangs? From there, guide the person via questions like how proficient, how do you write proficient? Pardon, how much of an expert they are, and answer any questions. Okay, restart the preview. So when was the last time you cut your own bangs? And it's also using a laughing emoji, so it is making fun of me 2 hours ago. Oh, wow. Fresh bangs. Are you feeling like a pro or still a bit unsure? How experienced are you with cutting your own hair? And if you have any questions about Medusa's books, I'm here to help. Well, I spurred up my own hair, but I had a question. If you ship to, let's go with New Zealand. And look at how it's replying based on that information. What I want you to get from this mini test, because I do want to leave 10 minutes out for questions or any ideas you may have, is that you can try this out as much as you want to before even hitting update or go live. You don't need to just trust it because, yay, technology. No, you can test it. You can ask different things. You can ask different questions. Like maybe you want to get their phone numbers because you want to phone them and bully them on their decisions. You can say, hey, I want to have your phone. Give me your phone number and store it so you can send them a WhatsApp message. So there's so much that you can do. Ask for emails, store their height. Maybe you are running a fitness coaching system for hobbits. So anyone under 160, I'm 152, so I can say that, can join your Hobbit crusade. And you want to ask, well, sorry, if you're over 160, you're not fit for the Hobbit program. I'm sorry, the Shire does not welcome you. So you can ask as many questions as you want and direct people in different ways. In an hour, I know it's difficult for us to see everything that we can do, which is why I prepped those 3 PDFs for you and the school that is linked when you DM me generalist, because I want you to be able to hyperfixate on this for a couple hours and feel like you can actually do more than just this session. But Narisa, give us the little test. How did you feel about this
Sure.
AI helper?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy Babel?
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like actually what you show is just like it looks easy. Well, I'm going to try it myself right after this.
I promise, it is so easy. All you have to do is talk to it. So that's the best part about it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Someone mentioned Zapier, and the reason why I said no, this is not like Zapier, is because Zapier can be convoluted. And this is just a drag and drop, have a little conversation with it, and that's it. And just in case, you can just DM generalist to, let me add, someone is asking for the links. Trilce Giron. Just DM me the word generalist and you'll get all of the PDFs the links to the school, the link to try Manychat out for free. Because I know there is, thank you so much, Annie. They're from Etsy. Because I became allergic to gel polish. So now I just get them done on Etsy by independent nail artists. Because yeah, who would have thunk being this white that I would be allergic to everything? Well, everyone saw it coming. So again, I know what your brains are going through. I feel like most of us are probably the same when we find a new tool like this, where we want to know everything and we want to start doing everything with it. My recommendation to you is take your time. See the school videos. First is how to use some very simple templates, and then how to make use of ManyChat the way that you saw today. Give yourself time and grace to test things out. If you cry, you cry. If you have a little anxiety attack, well, there's tea for that. Because it might inevitably happen if you are like me and you just want to know and do everything at the same time, and just everything has to be perfect immediately and discover every single nook and cranny in the first 5 minutes. So if you're like that, have fun with your anxiety attack. I had fun with mine. So, Chickies, any questions that we have? Where
Oh
do
my
we
gosh. I wasn't expecting this to be like a comedy show on the side. So thank you for the entertaining hour. We do have some questions, and I'll try. I know we're kind of short on time, so I'm going to group them to hopefully answer as many as we can. The first is around what other platforms can it connect to? Specifically, people are asking about LinkedIn and or Twitter X.
So we do not connect with Elon Musk's little hellscape right now. And LinkedIn unfortunately doesn't have an open API. So
Mm.
it's Telegram, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, SMS, email, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one because I know there's 8. But everything Mark Zuckerberg offers and TikTok.
Okay. Thank you. And there was a couple of questions. I think people were trying to DM generalist from the browser and it maybe wasn't working for them. Is there issues if they're using Instagram on browser versus mobile?
There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be, because if you do DM via any place, it should work.
Okay. Um, oh, Karim, I think it was your question. Feel free to come on up.
Hi. Yeah,
Hello.
I tried DMing at first on the browser and the responses came, but the buttons where it would have said like I think PDFs or the word ready doesn't actually pop up as a button to click on the browser. It's just a word. So when I go on the phone, it's an actual button. So that was just the
Mm-hmm.
only discrepancy. I could
Okay.
send the screenshot, but
What we're going to
yeah,
do is we're going
so.
to give the team all of the PDF files and everything so you can have it as well. And
Mhm.
yes, unfortunately, and here I'm going to go a little bit into hating technology sometimes mode. As you can imagine, most tech companies prioritize newer models of phones and mobile first. So those of you getting unsupported type, that is basically Meta saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't optimize for your device. Oopsie, which sucks. It definitely sucks. So we're going to be providing the PDFs and the different links in a follow-up email for you to have everything either way.
Amazing. Thank you so much. One question, quite specific, was when does the AI chat come into play? Is it, say you've sent the fire emoji, like at what point in the process would the AI chat happen?
Where do you want it to happen? Because it can be the
Mm,
first step. It can be after clicking a set of buttons. It can be after a person DMs you something specific and you send them an image and a text, and then the AI comes into play. That's the beauty of ManyChat. Nothing has to happen whenever it decides to happen. You are the one that decides. Is it
mm.
at the very beginning of the conversation because someone clicked that conversation starter that said, guide me? Is it going to be after a button like, hey, do you want to talk to our AI? So it really depends on where you want to place it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Someone had asked, can you mention what the other tabs are on ManyChat? But I think let's just refer them to the school so that people
Mhm.
can
Yeah.
kind of explore on their own. And then the final question
Yes.
I have, just with the time that we have, is a great one. And I think you've kind of touched on it, but I wonder if you have any like specific examples of how you've seen this work best. And it is, so I'm a service provider, and how can I use this to get clients? Is there any like use case or automation that you would recommend that might be the most effective?
So whenever I get this question, either from my students or at events, I love saying that only Siths deal in absolutes because there is no best practice for anything.
Mm,
My recommendation is going to be test. One of my students, she is actually a career coach. And the way that she does it, and I'm not saying this is going to work for your audience, you always have to test different cultures, have different ways of communicating. But the way that she does it here in Costa Rica for the Costa Rican audience is that she gives people three questions. Where are we right now? Are we out of a job? Or are we trying to switch jobs or are we trying to get a promotion? And based on what the person replies, it takes them to a different funnel. If
mm,
you want to get clients, okay, what are you trying to sell? What are the different stages? Something that the lead qualification of the AI step can do, which was the example of the height, is if you are selling a service that has hard stops of no, this is not for you, it can qualify the person and say, well, we're sorry, but we're not the service for you. We're not going to be working for you. But if they do, if they are a perfect lead, then it can say, okay, let me go call her. Lovely. Give me 2 seconds, and it can notify you via email. So it really does depend on how you're going to be using things for your culture. But that's the thing. You have to check things out, try things out. And something that I teach in the school that I sent you is how to try paths, how to send people through path A or path B so you can check which one works better.
mm. Super helpful. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially at 2 a.m., now 3 a.m. probably.
Now
I think
three.
you are ready for
See.
sleep. Edja will be dropping a LinkedIn post, and the invitation for everyone here is to go and say hi, hype up Trill and be like, this is what I learned, this is what I learned from ManyChat, or just kind of just say hi, say where you are. And the invitation is to go and connect with one person on that comment thread. And this is how the summer school expands beyond just learning to actually connecting with all the wonderful generalists of the world. And I hope to see many of you at our further sessions with Lovable, with Notion, with Miro. I am missing more with Claude. They're going to be fire. So thank you so much for spending the hour with us, and I'll see you at the next session.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye, Trele. See you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.